What's your
cereal
favorite
soup.
spell in D&D?
It's
And if
cereal
you
soup.
say wish, that doesn't count.
No,
I
I prefer mine.
Because then I could have all
wish
the
that my
spells.
favorite spell was wish.
That was a whole jumble fuck. I don't know what anybody just said.
Yeah, it went silent for me.
Basically,
And
wish doesn't count because wish is every spell.
Okay. Ed, what did you say?
I was gonna say that I cast wish to make it so that wish counts.
Oh, fuck you. That doesn't count.
No, but it does though.
But it
No,
does.
but it doesn't.
Yeah,
But it does.
Howdy, chat.
What's up?
My favorite spell has to be clone. Clone is up there for me. Clone is such a good spell.
I didn't know clone was a spell.
I think it's called like simulacrum or something.
No,
I'm
it is
only
actually.
at
It's
mirror
called clone.
image right now.
It's called clone.
Still haven't casted a spell over level 2, so I cannot
Hey,
properly comment.
it's not vicious mockery though.
Vicious mockery shit though.
Vicious
Hey,
mockery
you
is
guys
a
remember that
garbage
time-
spell, but the
It's garbage,
the
but you
role
just
play-
go, "Hey, fuck you,"
the
and then they
role-playing aspect
actually
of it is
have
so
detriment.
good.
Do you guys remember the time that actually I think only Romeo was there. The time that Porter killed the main fucking like the boss of the dungeon.
Yep,
With
made him
Vicious
cry.
Mockery.
Yeah, made him fucking cry. No, because we like all of us were like roast this fool. I remember that.
Damn.
By the way, here's the clone. Yeah, it's actually called clone. I'm putting it in the Discord chat.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of my favorite spell. Jesus. What is my favorite spell?
You're blowing it.
Honestly, I really think for me it will have to be like one of those like super RP heavy cantrips.
Oh, light is such a use. Like light is an essential spell if you don't have dark vision.
Oh damn. Clone. That's something.
Yeah. Clone is, and before they had a thing where like if you died, you lose half of your levels. But with clone, it's just like, oh, you just come back to life. That's it.
You lose all your equipment, but you're alive still.
And that works for any plane of existence as long as your soul is able to go back to your body.
Yeah, that still sucks though.
Oh man, that just reminds me that I have a weapon that completely counters that, because I had a weapon that absorbed the souls of my enemies. So
Yes. See,
if
that
I
shit
killed
right there, that's
them,
fucked.
if I killed them, the scythe absorbed its soul and got stronger. Not in terms of actual damage, but in terms of it had a cold thing that would kept progressively getting stronger the more souls that it had. So I guess without thinking about it, I inadvertently ruined clone, because the scythe will suck up the soul if I hit the last
There's a
hit.
lot of things that basically goes, all right, oh, your soul is trapped in a jar. You don't get to come back.
What's the magic word, bitch?
Please don't fuck me.
Fus Roda.
I like clone is up there for me, but I need to think of like another. Like I really like AOE spells. Like if I can do like everyone take damage, though like blight is up there for me. What am I going necromantic spell?
I think I'm a fan of like, what is it, power word kill or something like that, where you just look at a guy and you're like, hey, drop dead, and they do it.
No, I don't like 9th level spells like that. 9th level
I just
spells.
think it's a bit fun to just look at a guy and go, die for me, and they do it.
Finger of Death is one of my favorites.
Wait, which one?
Finger of Death.
What is that?
Look it up, because I'm not pulling it up. I just remembered it.
Finger them dead.
Finger of death, not finger them dead.
Finger the dead.
I'm
Finger
totally
the
the
dead.
type of dude to finger them dead, though.
uh,
Finger the dead, bro. The ultimate necromancy
Oh
spell.
God.
what the fuck?
The ultimate necromancer.
Yo, dumb.
Jesus.
You just gave Luke a new spell. Holy
Alright.
shit.
welcome.
All right. Are you guys ready? You
I'm ready.
inbreds. You
I
disgusting-
just want
Fuck
to
you.
text my friend that's on the road
You
Give me
disgusting
the link.
people.
that like, hey, if you're doing another pit stop and you want listening material, my live stream is live.
I am ready, and I am done talking about fingering the dead.
Jesus Christ.
Dominic, God, motherfucking.
All right.
Got in a part of this conversation.
All right. Let's get into this. Welcome, one and all, and welcome to another exciting adventure of A Crown of Candy. I'm your humble dungeon master, and with me, as always, our rather anticipating Candied Crusaders. Say hello, Candied Crusaders.
Hello.
Oh,
I do not finger the dead.
Awesome.
Yeah, you do.
Last we left our heroes, they were descending from the great mountain, or they were descending the Great Stone Candy Mountains in search for the mountain of the ice, or in the search for the ice cream temple, hidden and buried deep within the snow of its peaks, far in the reach, far below the reaches of this mountain. With the help of Maple and some of Saccharina's rangers, some of her scouts, they had found its doors locked, frozen over tightly, forever sealed and locked sorry, tongue twister. Save for a magical wooden spoon key. Deep within the boughs, they descended within the long forgotten ancient magics of Candian mysticism, frozen behind walls of ice and ice cream and sugar. The ice cream temple, home to the Sugar Plum Fairy, the greatest and most powerful spirit of the sweetening path left in Candia, whose mystical ambitions had been part of all of your lives in one way or another since first meeting with Bonathan Cadbury, Bonathan Cadbury and Jamal Twixit. You had, after finally reaching within the temple, you discovered that her offer to reunite you with those who you had lost to save Candia was an offer to journey into the mist, to turn your back on the world of Calorum, to live in a sickly, sweet paradise beyond dreaming, and to belong to the Sugar Plum Fairy. This whole season, by the way, just kind of is a giant allegory for, like, the opioid epidemic. I'm kidding. That being said, after a bunch of back and forth banter, it was revealed that the Sugar Plum Fairy was not this sweet, like, plum-colored fairy. She was this thing, this multi-winged, multi-eyed, multi-faced creature whose voice seemed to fluctuate in and out of this distorted, terrifying frequency, if you will. At the end of the session last night, Nerdanya, galloping down the icy stairs, had struck the Sugar Plum Fairy and turned her into this beast, or more so, revealed her true face, and we ended last night's session where we were going to begin today's with her saying, "Let it be said that I never, or let it be known that let it be known that it is false that a fairy never granted any wishes." And with that, we will start our session today with a roll of initiative. And I believe now is a good time for you guys to see what it is that you're looking at.
Oh God. Wow, that looks definitely 100% safe.
A deep black chasm of swirling fog and mist stands below you, ever whistling and whirling and howling an abyss of unknown depth. A large sugar coated skull at the very northern end of the room. Its eyes, its nose, and the bottom of its jaw leaking this dark bluish mist into the depths below. And before you see floating there in the center. Woo, I'm on the wrong tab, so give me a second. Kudos if you know what this is from. Yeah, that is what you see. So let's go ahead and roll some initiatives here.
Give me a minute. I think my sheet might be wrong, but I'm trying to prove whether or not it is in fact wrong.
I don't have control of my character. I have control over Shara's. Oddly enough.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Why are you? What are you doing? Jumping him into the mist?
No, that wasn't me.
Why do you do this to me, God? Why you remind me that Guavier is dead?
That's me.
Guavier got murdered.
Shara K. So Shara has control over his. This dude needs control over his.
Does initiative count as a dex check?
Unfortunately, it doesn't. It just scales with Dex. Unfortunately, it would make
Okay,
sense if it was. Truly, it would make sense if it was, but it is. It's not.
I'm trying to figure out right now because according to my character sheet that is automatic, it says that I get a +9 to initiative. My dex is +2. Alert gives me +5, but I'm trying to figure out where this other 2 is coming from, and I think it might be from Remarkable Athlete, but I didn't think initiative counted as a dex check.
I don't think it does. Does anybody else not have control over their character?
I can move Maple.
Cool. That being said, let me go ahead and add all of you clowns to an initiative order.
Yes. Yeah. Where are our meat shields? I would like meat shields, please. Thank you.
I think that's it.
Hey, Rania, can you summon some Targards?
Yes, please.
Not exactly how that works. All right, you guys go ahead and input your initiatives.
Okay. Oh my God, Maple.
Where's this girl's initiative modifier at? What the hell? It's the Sugar Plum Fairy. It's just Dex, so holy mackerel.
Apparently,
Okay.
initiative's a dex check, according to
Damn, Maple.
According to certain things on the internet, initiative's a dex check. For the purposes of this, I'm not going to add the other 2, but
Yeah. For the purposes of like anything on the internet, the COVID's cured
What's your
by
initiative?
bleach, so
Brutal.
I mean, I googled it. and that was the first result. Let me keep looking. This includes initiative checks, a dexterity ability check. All right.
Really?
All right. At the start of the initiative is Maple. You are the first to act.
Yeah, I doubt the extra
No,
initiative matters if I'm still going first. All right. So, I'm gonna assume that I can't just walk onto this, can I?
You're welcome to try.
You know, I'd rather not, cause you called it a chasm.
You
So,
literally like you standing on that ledge. It is just a like a just like the sound of like an like a bottomless like howling.
yeah, you know, I don't think I want to try stepping in that. What are these things up here?
I'll say you can roll a perception check.
All right. That's nice.
You're a little too far to like try and like determine the specifics of them. But as of right now, if you want to roll a perception, I can tell you what it is you're looking at.
19.
19. You don't really know what they are, unfortunately, but what you do see is that there's this weird light that is coming from them. It's a rather like it's dull, but it is still a light that is emanating from them, in a like a strange arcane kind of way.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I could dash, but I would rather just ready my action. If she attacks me, I would like to attack her.
Heard. Okay. Like mount. Just prepare a counterattack.
Pretty much.
Sounds good. Is that the end of your turn then?
Yes.
All right, Fernan, you're up.
Okay. Mabel, if you want, you can stay as a backup for these people. I can probably make it there in one go.
I mean, I've already moved over there, so
Yeah, you're right.
I could, but I
won't.
don't know what's going on, and I don't. You know, this doesn't seem like the place to be. This over here seems like sturdier ground to me. So I'm gonna go over here.
Everybody should move there. So I'm going to use a key point to step of the wind. I'm gonna move.
Hot damn.
I'm gonna run up to like one.
Just make sure you're stepping on solid ground and not over chasm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run along the edge and over here. I'm not gonna interact with the statues yet. I'm gonna wait for everybody to at least be closer. But I am going to shoot at this bitch. Where's my? So it's the Sugar Plum Fairy in the middle of
yeah,
this like
she
spot.
is floating. This initiative just started, so she's very much just like you guys got down here. Nardani took a slash at her. She retreated backwards into the center of the pit, and you watch as pieces of her kind of begin to morph and fall away. And
What happened to Romeo's
this beast?
cutting words?
For her go, she failed her goat attack.
No, she didn't. She passed with flying colors, and then Romeo said, "Cutting words." You said, "We'll do that next game."
What's your DC on it?
I think it was like 13 or 12. Might have been higher, but I think it was
Okay.
12. Hold on.
Sheriff, you want to go ahead and roll your cutting words? You did say that was said at the end of the last session. So if you want to go ahead and roll that, go
DC
ahead.
12.
DC 12? What did she roll?
Wisdom.
No, what did she roll though? What was her score?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was like 19 or something.
I don't think it was that high, but it was definitely higher
Yeah.
than 12.
If it's 19, there's no point. I only have a D8. I would have to get
You
it.
you could roll a 7. You need to roll 7
That-
or 8.
That's that. I think. What does that do again, Nardania? Clarify my memory.
It's not cool enough to. I mean, she only gets to attack me, and then everyone else is at disadvantage. But it's not cool enough to waste it. I don't know. I remember you said something about it, so I was bringing it up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna retract that because I rather use cutting words on like, hey, jump off the cliff.
Okay. I made a range attack. Does 26 hit?
26 hits.
Ooh. And that's 1d what? D8. So that's 8, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to give myself an extra d4. That's 12.
You can't use your bonus action because you used Step of the Wind.
I used a key point.
Isn't Step of the Wind a bonus action though?
I
It's
don't
possible
think so.
that it isn't.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. So in that case, it's just 8. I hit her for 8 points.
Okay. What do you do? Just shooting a bow at her?
Yep. I'm just gonna run up there and just shoot at her.
You see that she retreats backwards, like basically. So Nardani has just slashed her. She flies backwards and literally is like a Nardani before she hits the ground. You've like taken off into this sweaty ass sprint, drawing your bow just as you like climb those stairs at the end there. Shoot an arrow. It sticks like right between the space between her like shoulder guard, and you see that she just gives this. She's like, and you see that one of her many like hundreds of faces kind of like almost not dislodges, but it definitely like has a movement of its own and has looked towards you, one of its eyes flaring.
Oh no.
You definitely got her attention. Anything else you want to do?
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of my turn.
All right, Sherry, you're up.
Okay, cool. Is there no like the door behind us is closed, right?
Correct.
How far? So that's there.
It's closed, but it's got some damage to it.
Oh, it's so weird using the thing on Roll20. So it's 25. Okay, so Cher's just gonna. Well, the only way is forward. And move there. Gonna take the dash action and move another 25 feet. Correct?
Yeah. That should be your movement again.
Yep. And
Doesn't want to
with
stay.
that, yeah, that is going to be the end of his turn.
Heard. It is her turn. Cool. Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. Let me go ahead and roll this attack here. Fernan, what's your AC?
17.
17, so that's a hit. I need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's a 19.
So you save. You see that head turns to you. She like catches herself in midair, spins and almost contorts her body as her wings like readjust the flight path, and with breaking speed has taken off towards you, like conjures some sort of long like licorice like spear and has pierced it through you. Luckily, with your strength, so you hold your ground as she attempts to pin you to the wall like with the spear. Yeah, so luckily you managed to hold your ground. Let me go ahead and roll damage here. Two hands. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and you take 11 points of radiant damage.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, so she stabs you, attempts to pierce you into the wall. You see one of her eyes, like, so she's looking at you with this, like, eldritch nightmare of one of her faces. It begins to turn, like its head begins to turn, like one of those toys where you gotta, like, match, like, the heads to the outfits. And it just, to this face of, like, a small, like, innocent child's face, and just goes, There's a sweeter way of doing this. And she's going to use one of her legendary actions. Make a wisdom save, please.
I knew it was a legendary action.
Does 22 pass?
22 passes. You feel the dark hand, like the dark reaches, her trying to pry into your mind and take it over. That is going to be her turn. Vargas, it's your
when she does that, when she fails, I'm gonna say, "Well, joke's on you. I don't like kids."
Ha! You say that, her face switches back to a different Eldritch Nightmare's face. This one with like weird like Cthulhu tentacles in the at the mouth, and it's just very much just like you will submit. Yeah. So Vargas, you're up.
Okay. I am going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, going there. And then I'm going to, I don't know how far away she is. I'm going to cast, Bane on her.
Okay.
So you need to make a save.
Save. Natural 1, she's going to burn one of her legendary resistances.
I knew it. Ugh.
Okay. I'm going to take my other attack action, and I'm going to use Bane again then.
You have 2 attacks?
Yes.
Okay. You only have 1 attack action. So I know this sounds weird. So basically, when you make the attack action, you make 2 attacks. It's not 2 attack actions. So you wouldn't be able to cast the second spell unless you can cast the second spell as a bonus action.
Okay, well then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
You can do that.
I'm going to say, I can? I can.
Yeah, no, I think Vicious Mockery is a bonus action, or is it an action?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, then yeah, you can totally cast that.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell her, here we don't believe in God, and I hope it hurts.
That's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 8. She fails.
Nope. Yep. So that's how much psychic damage? I can't remember.
I think it's a D4. But she has disadvantage. But she has disadvantage on attack rolls and stuff. So.
Well, that's 4 points of damage.
It scales with your level.
Oh, then 2d4. Then it's 6 points of damage.
Alrighty, 6 points of damage.
And
So I totally forgot to do something last time. That's totally fine. Not Vargas, Fernan, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Is this fair?
Yes, it's fair. Relax.
That's a 15.
15 fails. Oh shit. Her face switches to that Eldritch Nightmare, that other like Cthulhu face. When she screams, "You will submit," you feel a wave of just like frightening suppression. Like you feel your body almost like freeze. When she has this weird kind of cold aura around her, but it's not a sense of like that. It's it's not like physically cold. It's like she's attempting to get into the far reaches of like your psyche. You gain the frightened condition.
Okay.
What do I want to do? Huh. Oh, well, I can't move anymore. Never mind, my turn's done.
All right, Nerdanya, you're up.
What does the dash? So like the dash action just takes your action.
So it's an action. Yeah, the dash action allows you to move your movement speed a second time.
Damn, I'm never gonna be able to make it to her. I guess move me 40 up because that's about as far as I can go, and then I will just use my crossbow. I guess I'm literally unable to reach her.
What is the range of your crossbow? Do you know?
Doesn't say, but it's probably the range of a normal crossbow.
It's 30. She's only 35 feet away from you. I think you're good. I think it's like 60 feet, so you're good.
Okay, well, I only got a 13 to hit.
13 misses. It's okay. So interestingly enough, you don't shoot and miss. You shoot and you watch as this she's got this kind of frosty aura around her. It hits her armor. You watch as it stick into one of the plates. The arrow freezes in like this peppermint kind of frost. This like weird spearmint kind of frost. Freezes solid, grows brittle, and shatters on her shoulder plate. You watch as another one of her faces rotates towards you, looks at you, and she has noticed you.
Well, I have 2 attacks, so I'm just gonna do it.
Shoot
again.
again. Okay, shoot her again.
I got a 19 that time, plus 3, so 21, 22.
22.
22.
22. 22 also misses.
What?
What?
Again, you see that there's that aura she has.
It's just all fucking.
So there's something. Yeah, we're getting it.
Oh, great.
That seems to catch the arrow, freeze it, shatter it, and her face turns, and this time it's the face. Her face rotates. It is the face of King Altazar, and she just goes, "Nardania, it's pointless. Come, join us." He goes, "Join us in the land of Sugar Plum of the Sugar Plum Fairy, where all can be kind and mystical."
I guess my turn's over. I don't have anything.
All right, Maple, you're up.
Well, I'm just gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna pull out the ruler. That's 15 feet. What's minimum range on a hand axe?
I think it's 15 feet.
Perfect.
I think it's 15 or 20 feet.
Oh, Google hand axe 5e. It is 20.
20 feet.
So
yeah,
I'm
so you're
actually.
You're in the first range increment, I think.
Oh, that
So-
is how that works.
Yeah. So
I'm dumb.
if you shoot outside of the first range increment, you shoot with disadvantage. But you're
Okay.
within the first one, so you're good.
I never use ranged weapons, so I always forget how that works. All right. Hand axe is. I'm gonna assume a 12 misses.
12 misses.
All right.
Yeah, you see that you throw it at her. One of her many like weird sinewy muscle and sinewy arms actually catches your axe by the blade. Very like Hela and Thor's like hammer. She catches it by the blade, freezes the axe head, and just shatters it in her grip. The shattered bits and the handle fall within the abyss.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's time to go. I don't think we should fight her.
You know?
I think you have a
I
second attack,
disagree with
right?
that. Huh?
You have a second attack.
Technically, but I have lost one of my hand axes already, so I don't have another one.
Oh, rip.
Yeah. I lost it at when I tried to yeet Jawbreaker out of his rope. I had to leave it
Oh, you
behind.
left it behind, yeah.
So oh, my character's HP is still wrong, but that's okay. I'm just gonna
We'll fix it. Just make sure you keep
yeah.
yeah, just
Talking is a free action, right?
talking is a free action, yeah.
Shara is just gonna shout, "Why are you doing this?"
You see her face is like one of her heads turns to you. It is the face of like the OG like Sugar Plum Fairy, the one that she had originally came to you with, and she goes, "I just want to protect all of Candia and all of the magic within it."
Bullshit.
That's a pretty great way of doing it by attacking us.
Can you let us out then?
I'm just gonna re-equip my hand axes and end my turn.
Heard. It is Fernand's turn.
Okay.
Frightened.
I'm frightened, right? So if I make
No, you're
attacks and
frightened.
checks a disadvantage, right?
Not just that, but also, yeah, you're like you you essentially like can't approach her. You can attack her, but they're at disadvantage. But you also can't approach her.
Okay. Stillness of mind.
You could do that.
um, yeah, it just removes it.
Yeah, you clear your mind. You take a big deep breath, clear your mind. You are clear of the frightened condition. She's still in front of you, trying to impale you with a spear, though.
Can
And
I?
if you can hear me, can the jar behind the statue behind of it, does it do anything?
I'm kind of too busy to figure that out right now, bro.
It's clear that none of our attacks are affecting her. She must have some power source somewhere. I
Can
think
I
it
just
comes
try to
from
like?
the skull with the magical flowing eyes. I may be wrong.
Okay. Can I try to like wrestle myself away from her?
Sure, you're not grappled or anything. You passed your saving throw.
Oh, so
She's just
I'm just
you're basically like she stabbed you into your chest. Your hands caught the like the haft of the spear. So she wasn't able to fully stab through you. She just basically she
okay.
basically but she definitely did like kiss you with the tip of the spear.
Jesus Christ, I was kissing with the tip of the spear. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm just gonna. Can I still attack her?
Yeah, you could totally attack her, especially now that your stillness of mind is what, a bonus action?
Actually, no. It's a instant action.
Oh, then you only have your bonus action left.
Okay. As a bonus action, will you allow me to just sort of punch the thing behind me?
Give me an Arcana check if you'd like. You're entitled to a free skill check, so.
Yeah, sure. Fuck.
Coming.
19. Does that do anything?
19 Arcana.
Yeah.
These statues seemed. You see that like deep within like the foreheads is this like tangerine gummy of a gem. That is like that's embedded in their foreheads. They're definitely the source of some sort of like arcane energy. Like they're like like you don't know what the point of them is, but you see that they're glowing and they seem to have some sort of like that same like colored glow of that like that weird kind of like aura she has. It seems that it's like roughly the same color.
Okay. Okay. Um. In that case, I am going to. I'm going to I'm going to spend a key point to step of the wind and disengage. Let me mark that out real quick. Okay, and I'm going to kind of like try to climb over the. Actually, let me see. Can I walk through here, or is it like
So
difficult terrain?
you have to walk behind the statue. If you can see there at the top, there's like a secondary pathway. It's not a straight pathway, as that is like a kind of like this pool of like strange like Listerine colored like liquid. You could attempt to jump across it if you want. You could even attempt to swim across it if you want to. But there is no like path per se over top of it. There's a path underneath it.
Yeah. Um. No, I'm just gonna like jump on top of the statue.
Heard. You want to just like jump on top of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like climb on top of it and get my hand into the forehead.
Sure. It's not difficult to like get onto it per se. Give me a strength check if you want to try and pull it out.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Um, that would be 19.
19. You pull it. You can feel it like like it coming loose in the socket, but you're and it's just barely like you're straining. It's just barely stuck in there by something.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to like just eat away to this corner over
To
here.
just dip. Heard. All right, Sherry, you're up.
And what does it do?
Yeah, I got a little bit off. Oh wait, I
Okay.
guess you guys don't know this, but I'm just gonna shout the source of our power is the gems on the forehead. That's it.
Okay, in that case, Maple then looks at Maple as I'm moving past him. Can you do me a huge favor?
You know, I'm kind of trying to axe that thing to death, but what is it?
Can you just smash that thing in the like not the person, like the gem. Just break it.
Where's there a gem? I'm sorry.
Over here.
There's a gem in this?
Yeah, there's two gems. There's two statues, two gems. Basically, they're embedded in the foreheads of those two statues.
And we want me to smash it?
Yes, please. You look like a strong boy.
Okay.
Good. And now, Sugar Plum Fairy, could you please just leave us and don't attack us anymore? That would be awesome. And I'm casting suggestion.
Heard. Wisdom save. That's a 14 plus.
Ooh.
What's your wisdom save, love? Where are her saves? Skills, saving. Oh, saving throws right here. Oh yeah, no, she definitely passes.
Is it worth using cutting words?
No. I can tell you. I can tell you. I can tell you what it is, if you like.
Yeah, probably not the best idea. All right. Yeah, that's my action. That's that. Yeah, I'm just basically gonna go.
Oh, I guess that didn't work. Well, shit.
Yeah, that's my movement too. Fuck. Question. I get. Can I activate a what's it called? Counter performance. Counter charm.
I believe you can. It would depend on what the action requirement of it is.
This one's weird because it says I can start a performance, but a performance is a skill check, isn't it? Or would I have to roll a
So
performance?
it is an action. It's an action.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's going to be the end of my turn. I can't move any farther.
Heard. Okay. Just as a. Yeah. So. As an action, you start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creature within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against frightened or charmed effects. The creature must be able to hear you, though. Which they totally can. So, next is going to be her turn. You see that she just goes, you see that she looks at you, and she goes, You rally these Canadians towards false hope. And you see that she begins to, her arms very like, you know those like, what is it? Those like Hindi, like, that, like, where they have like the hundreds of arms. It's like the one woman with like 60 arms that like frail up or on the sides. You see her arms begin to do those, conjuring various symbols in the air. And you feel like there is this moment where you feel the room around you grow still. You give one like one breath, as it crystallizes, and like there's this cold air that kind of comes in front of you. You see your breath, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Uh-oh. How unfortunate. Dex. Oof. Okay. $23.
Okay, you pass. So that being said, you take 14 points of cold damage as you see that she just straight blasts you with this like this torrent of like it is a cold wind, but it is laced with razor sharp shards of ice, like icy mints that begin to just shred you. You're luckily you managed to like just jump out of the way, but it begins to shred through your gummy skin. And it's like almost like you caught half of it, but it is still definitely a nasty attack.
As I get hit by this, I simply say, "Well, I don't believe that's a fair assessment. These people always knew that you were a bit of a fake." That's cold.
You see that she goes, "Fake! I'll show you fake!" And she will use a legendary action.
Damn.
What are you gonna do? Throw me off
The cliff.
Man, you're really digging yourself into a fucking hole.
I need
here,
you to make
man.
another dexterity saving throw.
Is she?
Holy
Is she hitting me with the same thing?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. I can use. Alright. I'm not gonna hit this again. 17.
17. That's good. You just passed.
Okay, and I'm using cutting words to reduce the damage.
Okay, so okay, you take 10 points of cold damage. You see that this time, as you see that she blows it past you, seems to arc it around as if she was like water bending, and it hits you from the side instead of from the front, beginning to cut you from the side. You managed to like just barely dodge it cutting through you. So go ahead and roll a d8. Are you roll a 2?
Yep.
So I said what, you take 11, or did I say you take 10?
I take 10 now. I'm down.
You're
I
down-
take
you take 8.
8. Yep. And Cher's just gonna send like, "Ugh, I forgot to mention you're a bit of an asshole too. Fuck. What? Are you gonna try to hit me again?"
She goes. She says. Her face begins to change. It changes back to that of the Sugar Plum Fairy. She turns her head with a very wicked smile, and she looks directly at Maple, and she says, "You see that she says, my champion, show your friends the meaning of, or bring your friends into the light of the true magic of Candia." Maple, I need you to make a.
Now that's bullshit.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
With disadvantage! Oh, gods.
That's. Shara actually says, now that's bullshit.
All right.
Natural 20.
That natural 20 does.
17.
17. You feel the very genes in your body, the very fibers that make up your gelatinous maple syrup figure, like body, like almost as if being like metal being pulled to a magnet. You feel yourself like there is something deep down within you is saying like you must do this. What she's saying is right. She is the protector. But what you feel and what you're seeing her do are two like black and white concepts. They're very night and day. Basically, she's saying and doing two very different like she's saying and doing very different things.
Yes.
She's going to retreat. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab.
So I passed the save,
You
right?
passed. Yeah, you passed. You
Okay,
said
thank
she's
God.
going to retreat
Sully.
here?
Sully, quick question.
Yes.
Where the hell is our backup?
Good
What
question.
backup?
If you want to make a perception check, you can.
What the fuck? Yeah, I'll take my free perception
she
check.
retreated. What a bitch.
That's if these people are just cowering in a corner. If this is a trap, I swear to God. If God wasn't trying to kill me right now. 19.
19. You see that like Gooey, John Bon, and Swifty are making some sort of like perimeter by the stairs, but Saccharina is like nowhere in sight. You see that there's this new kind of passageway that is somehow opened, kind of like within the wall, that icy wall, that you can probably assume she went down that way.
This chick.
Anything else?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Everyone just went quiet.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
It's not my turn.
Sure.
That was the.
Oh, that was her turn. Oh yeah, she can't do anything else. She moved. She used her action, her bonus action, and she used some legendary actions. Vargas, it's your turn.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. I don't know if I'm on the precipice of death, but
You're
that's okay.
literally like right on the edge.
That's okay with me. I'm going to cast Suggestion, which is a racial feature, so I don't think that counts as like a spell.
It does not count
No,
as a
it's
spell slot. No.
Okay,
It counts as
So-
your action, though.
it does count as my
Are you-
action.
Yeah, it
Are
does
you
count
sure
as an
you
action
want
to
to stand
cast.
there?
Okay, it's fine.
Are you
Um,
sure you want to stand there?
Yes, Maple.
Okay. I'm just checking.
And I'm going to.
Oh, nice. That was weird. Okay.
That's the first time I've ever seen Discord do that.
Did it just
All
kick
right.
everybody out? Weird. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it did.
Yeah.
Okay. That was weird. So you want to cast suggest? So yeah, it's a racial thing. So it doesn't count as a spell slot. Basically, you get a free spell.
Okay.
But it does still follow the rules of like it costs an action to use.
Okay, that's fine. I'm still casting Suggestion, and I'm saying if you were a real god, you could plunge into the abyss and come back. So plunge into the abyss.
And come back.
And don't come back. Just telling her to plunge into the abyss.
She passes.
What was it?
27.
She definitely passes.
Fun fact: I casted Suggestion earlier, and I was like, "Oh, cool, that's fun." Like, there's.
I was
you
gonna
can't-
say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I'm like, no, this is how this is probably gonna work.
So, I don't know why, but curiosity's kind of getting the better of me on what this chasm is down here. Do I want to jump?
Jump and come back.
Yeah, I'm a god. I'll jump. Fuck it. Jumping in.
You jump in.
Yep.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's not good. Hold on. Acrobatics.
What are you doing?
19.
19?
Yep.
You leap in and like your arms spread out to the side, and just below you, before you crest and like pierce the mist, like that misty layer, you
By the way,
feel
I'm
something.
flipping her off.
Huh?
I'm flipping her off as I'm falling.
Heard. You feel something solid, not visible, but solid, that your right hand begins to brush. Like, you haven't gone down yet, but there's definitely something that feels kind of like a ledge within the abyss that you feel.
Okay. I'm gonna try and grab onto it.
Okay. You're grabbing something that is very visibly not visible.
Okay. With my other attack action, I'm gonna try and stab it.
The thing that you're on.
roll an attack.
26.
26, easy. Your blade pierces it, and you feel it like whatever it is like a crumbly, almost like it feels like a loose, maybe like a loose earth in a way. But like your blade hits it, and just you hear something crumbles off of it.
Okay. I let go then?
You let go of what you're holding on to?
Yep.
Okay. You guys watch, he lets go, and Vargas vanishes into the abyss.
Oh, god damn it.
Forever.
I guess we'll find out next turn.
Next time on A Crown of Candy.
Fuck no.
It is Nerdania's turn. She's upstairs. I'll go ahead and act for her, I suppose.
Please, someone bring the gem and don't jump off into the pit.
I swear if breaking this gem gets me killed.
I'm not trying to fight an eldritch god here.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. You're dead.
I'm not dead. I have
You're
not been
dead.
told that I have died.
Dude, you're dead. You're talking stuff to the screen.
I'm not dead. I was not told I was dead. Am I dead?
That's what it sounds like. That's what a man in denial sounds like.
Yep.
Am I dead?
She has.
God.
Hold on, relax. We'll get there when it's your turn again.
I just killed myself.
Stop laughing. That is the funniest conversation I've ever heard. Holy Christ. Oh my god. Alright. Hold on.
I just killed myself. Whoops. Well, guys, you know it's not safe to jump into an abyss.
You're a moron. You were actually 100% a moron.
You know what? Curiosity and shit got the better of me. I was thinking that
I'm just gonna yeet myself into the abyss. What the evil eldritch monstrosity wanted me to do in the first place. Like, your intelligence, I don't know what stat your intelligence is, but it's definitely higher than your wisdom, because your wisdom's a fucking 3.
You guys see Nerdania head down, she's her crossbow in her, like, holster, gallops past you, Maple, as you're having this weird kind of, like breach in, like, you know, who you are as a Candian. She sprints past you. You see that, she leaps up the stairs, puts one hand onto the gem, puts two of her horse feet, like her hooves, onto the statue with a very heavy, and Nerdania is a very strong, like very physically, like a very high like physical prowess character. Sets her hands onto the stone, rips it straight out of the head with a loud like. You see that some of the loose stone that is around it begins to crumble behind it. She has it. She's got it in her hand.
Is anything happening? Because I rolled perception earlier. Is there anything happens that when the stone comes up?
Make an Arcana. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay, cool. When I leave this place, if we leave this place, I'm gonna get some fighting skills.
Shara's such a different person.
23.
23. Ooh. Okay. Now that you have a much better view of this weird, like, tangerine gummy, like stone, this like gem, you see as a practitioner of the arcane, somebody who has, you're a bard, but you still are you still practice the arcane, and even as a spy master, you have to know, like you have to do some studying. You do have to study, unfortunately. It's part of your job that you know about certain things. You remember reading kind of like these old pagan like manuscripts that were written in light of the Sugar Plum Fairy, and there are tons of these kind of like holy texts. There were some for like the Jolly Green Giant. There were some for the Hamburger Helper. There were some for the Sugar Plum Fairy. The Sugar Plum Fairy has always been one of the most controversial like deities of them all, because she was the only one who required standing stones. She was the only one who needed some sort of like other device to kind of like anchor her to the world. And even though she had eventually grown powerful enough to maintain her her presence in like the material world, she still needed them as like a source, like these different kinds of stones as a source for power. This looks like a much bigger, like a much smaller version of those bigger standing stones that you guys have seen, that you've been able to like tap into, like to teleport and whatnot. Like they were the ones that you used to teleport were arranged in a teleportation circle. This one isn't, but this is a much smaller version of those large stones. So in some way, these small stones are connected to the overall power that is the Sugar Plum Fairy, who you're quite literally nose to nose with right now.
So can I make the assumption that if these stones go, she basically loses a majority of her power?
That is a very sane thing to think. That is a very logical way of thinking.
Okay. Shara has an idea, but it's gonna be a bad one.
So Nerdania, that was actually all of her. She's still got movement left. I don't think she's going to take it though. She wouldn't know she wouldn't have anywhere to go. Maple, you're up.
So there was no noticeable change in the portal, and okay.
There's not really a portal. It's not so much of a portal.
This whatever this stuff is.
So it's not. So here's what it is. There's this like blue
pool.
There's this blue kind of like, it looks like, you ever go to a 7-Eleven and get like the blueberry like slushy?
Oh yes, I love that.
It looks like that. It's this weird slush, but it's like a mist that is covering this big black hole. It's not so much of a portal like that it's being sucked into like a big black hole. It's more of just like a very, very large bottomless chasm.
Huh. Okay.
It doesn't, like, so basically, you guys are standing next to it. You don't feel any kind of like gravitational pull that is forcing you in like a black hole would. You just feel like there's this sense of like, if you're like looking that way, because remember the last session, there was a torch that flew in there. You never heard it hit. You never heard it hit the bottom, but also it wasn't sucked in.
Okay. That's only like 15 feet. That's jumpable, right?
That's definitely jumpable. What's your strength score?
My strength score is 18.
Yeah, you could totally jump that. Give me an athletics check.
I was asking. I'm not committing.
Coward, commit.
Just curiosity. So if I jumped that, I could hit her. Question. Can I do an Arcana check on the blue stuff in the cup, the slushy?
It would depend on what you want to do. Like, obviously, there's a whole lot of, there's a whole lot of ways that this battle could go. That's like however you guys want to do it.
Can I discern if it's gonna melt my weapons?
You could put a weapon in there and see if it melts your weapons.
Can I try and identify whether or not it's gonna melt my weapon before I shove my weapon in it?
Sure, give me a nature check or an arcana check. Up to you.
Nature or Arcana?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, I'll take nature because that's better. 8.
8. It's some blue slushy. It's definitely prone to brain freeze, so it's very possible it could make your weapon incredibly brittle and break it.
Possible, but not 100%.
There's no way to know. There's literally no way to know unless you're like incredibly well versed in whatever this liquid is. Unless you like have studied this kind of liquid, or unless you test it firsthand.
All right, so it's an athletics check to jump over that, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's an 18.
That's fine. You don't. So here's what happens. You're able
5, 10.
You're able to clear it. You are able to clear it. You feel one of your feet slips on the ledge as you manage to, like, you just catch yourself. So you feel like, had you have done any worse, you would be looking at repercussions as to falling off this ledge.
Okay! With my remaining movement, I'm gonna... Okay, hang on. I'm doing some math in my head. I started my turn here. I wasn't trying to jump there. I was trying to jump to here. And then 5, 10. Last bit of movement.
Okay.
To here.
Maple, give me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma. 8.
You approach her. You see her, this icy cold, like ice crystals begin to form as they circle her body. She turns towards you with this incredibly horrific visage, and she just goes, "Maple dear, you wouldn't strike your creator, would you?" You are overwhelmed with a sense of fear. You are frightened.
So if I attack her, it's disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel the very fiber of your being saying, like, you don't want to hit this lady.
Okay. Can I, like, slash one of my axes through this slushy?
Yeah, sure.
How do you want? Is that just an item interaction?
Yeah,
Do you want me to attack it?
I'll say it's still an action, so you do, like, slash through it, if that's the case. You see it definitely kind of, like, crystallizes onto your blade. Like, the liquid is almost like a weird, like, liquid nitrogen. It definitely, like, instantly begins to cool, like, the edge of your blade. Doesn't seem to make it, like, any kind of, like, brittle or do any damage with, like, a very short interaction like that.
So for the purposes of, like, slashing through it, could I count that as an attack?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna slash my other axe through it.
Okay, same thing. Definitely, like, seems to affect the metal, like that weird kind of, like, peppermint steel that's on the blade. It definitely seems to, like, frost it, and, like, you can see it begin to crystallize the edge, but it doesn't seem to, like, damage it yet.
Alright. Well, I used all my movement, and that was my action. I guess that's just the end of my turn. I'm just gonna stand here, because that's it.
Okay.
I would like to use my my ring special ability. I get to move up once per day in the turn order.
Nice!
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Now I was about to say Guavier, Ferdinand. I'm going to give you bardic inspiration. So please note that down.
Okay. What's that, like a D6?
It's one d8.
What do you say to him?
D8.
What do you want to do? What do you how do you inspire him in this weird, extremely dire circumstance?
Please do not fall. It'll be
Ooh!
annoying to get you back up.
Real quick, I totally forgot about this. Maple, make a perception check.
11. I don't see shit.
11 is enough. You're close enough.
Oh.
You see beneath the falls, below the jaw, sitting basically like underneath where the Sugar Plum Fairy is, like directly below where the like that slushy is hitting this like grate and dispersing into the pit below. Yeah, like right there. You see a small circular object, round, kind of like like an oval in a weird way, but it seems to kind of like come to a weird peak in a kind of spotted these deep blue spots on it, but with a very frostbitten layer that surrounds it. With an 11, unfortunately, you can't tell what it is. You can just tell that there is definitely something underneath those falls.
So it's like in the grate.
It's not in the grate. It's almost like the grate has a socket in it where it is sitting in that socket, and it is being constantly poured on by these falls. But that's what you see. So Shara, you do bardic inspiration. How do you inspire? Fernan?
Please don't fall. I can't afford to lose you too. As I see what's his face jump off the edge.
Yeah, just
Feel
well, here's what you actually see. He's barely like he's in the fog. You can see his head is kind of like above the fog, but his body's below the fog. He's hanging on something. There's definitely something that is stopping him from falling into the abyss, and then he just straight drops as if to be pulled down by like a shark or something.
Yeah, so I take a look and I'm like, don't do that. And I point over to the hole.
And I'm going to turn to the Sugar Plum Fairy and go, my goddess, forgive me. I've been insolent. I never really, until now, seen your power. And like Shara just takes goes on his knees and says, I will be honored if you were to throw me into the pit.
What?
And may I roll a persuasion as I'm just like, yeah, I am sorry for my insolence.
Here's what you're saying. Here's what I'm saying. Are you attempting to? First off, are you lying to her? Do you want her to actually throw you into the pit?
I do not want to go into the pit.
So then it is a deception check.
Okay, cool. Plus
I'm
10.
sorry. Please throw me to my demise.
What'd you get? Sorry, what'd you get?
21.
Nice. You see, she narrows one of her many. Again, she's been switching faces to these straight things of nightmares. You guys have seen those weird kind of like pasta golems that Saresia and like the Bulbian Church have been kind of like putting together. This shit is this is the stuff straight out of nightmares, out of like the darkest horror films. They're like different like insectoidal faces, eldritch nightmare faces, the faces of like small children, older adults, and you see she's got the faces of like King Altazar, General Rococo. She's got Sister Citrina. She's got Archmage Lazuli. All of these faces that are like of long dead Candians.
Is my uncle there?
Make a perception check.
Oh shit. Natural 1.
You're as much as you would like to say that you're not afraid, well, you might not be under the frightened condition. This is incredibly intimidating, and unfortunately, you're just like, do I see it? You do a quick glance, you don't see it.
Okay, in that case, I'm still following up with what I said. I'm like, please do your humble servant a favor and help him to plummet.
You see that she again, so she switches back to her face to the Sugar Plum Fairy, and she again smiles this warm smile to you, and she goes, "So you'll come to the mist?"
Only if you carry me. I cannot. My mental state. You created me in such a way my mental state cannot be breached. You've seen it yourself. Only physical actions may carry me to my.
Holy shit. Okay. Uh, her eyes, her Sugar Plum Fairy face has like 8 eyes on it. They shrink down to the 2 eyes. Again, she begins to blink horizontally like an animal, and you see that she, again with that warm smile, she says, "I will bring you home, my child." And that is the end. Is that anything else you want to do with your turn?
I have an action left, and I'm going to hold my action for a specific trigger. When she carries me and drops me into the hole, I'm dimension dooring that bitch.
Okay. Vernon, it's your turn.
Sorry about that. Okay. I am going to spend a key point to step of the wind. Not gonna do anything with it, just so I can double my jump distance. I'm gonna take a running jump up to here, and then I'm gonna jump over here.
What's your strength? What's your strength score?
8,
Holy
so
Christ.
16.
You can make that without using Step of the Wind. Oh, you would. I'm sorry, you would have to use Step of the Wind, but actually, you'd only make it to there.
No, I'm gonna jump over here
To the rock.
from like up here.
Okay. Yeah, totally. You can do that real easy. Give me a athletics check, please.
Okay. Give me a second. That is a 15. 16 minus 1.
Easy. It's just some platforming for you. Go ahead and move your character.
Okay. Does jumping count as my movement?
It does count as your movement a little bit, yeah. Like it is definitely movement, but you know, you can't walk through this. I mean, you could certainly try to, but yeah, it does count as movement.
Jump. Okay, I'm gonna jump here, and then he's gonna run up to the statue. Then like right there, and I'm gonna punch the fucking gem. I couldn't take it out before.
Remember, bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just gonna fucking punch it.
You're gonna try and break it?
Yeah.
Okay. How many times are you attacking this thing?
As many as I can. Give me a second. Let me find my dice. Where the fuck my dice go? Oh. Well, I have 2 attacks, and then I was gonna use flurry of blows.
Well, you did Step of the Wind, so you can't flurry of blows because that's a bonus action.
No. I'm just activating Step of the Wind. I will have to. I didn't use any of the features. Like I spent a key point to just double my jump distance.
Yeah, that's still Step of the Wind though. So basically, Step of the Wind allows you to dash, or disengage as a bonus action, but it also doubles your jump distance. That's all. That's all Step of the Wind.
So I will have to automatically take the dash or disengage, right?
What's up?
So I would still have to take dash or disengage, right?
No, basically, when you choose Step of the Wind, you choose one of those 3 options.
Okay. Oh, well, in that case, I'm still gonna just attack it twice with my sword.
You can definitely do that. Go ahead and roll me 2 attacks.
And it counts as magical damage. Or yeah, I guess magical. Like it overcomes resistances.
That's totally fine. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Cool. That's 17.
17 hits.
And that's a crit.
Nice. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, that's 2d8. Okay, let me roll the first one first. That's 9. Then the second one is 8 plus 7
So 24
That's-
damage.
plus 4, so 28.
28 damage. You do a quick 2 slashes, and your blade, lightning quick. Your blade is already down by your side, being like resheathed before the gem starts to like slide off of itself into the 2 halves. You've cut it like into a big X along the center of it, and it has broken into 4 pieces. As the gem shatters, you hear a painful wail that, Mabel, you're right next to her, so like it almost hurts your ears a little bit. There's this wail.
Ow.
Yeah, I knew it was. I told you. As you just see that some of the light that was like emanating from her like armor and her arms and armaments, half of them go out, like a light switch being turned off. There's a loud shattering as the gem hits the ground, explodes into this weird kind of like arcane dust. And you see that she, almost like as if being hit by some sort of force missile, like is like rocked in her space, as if she's being hit by her back. You see that she begins to like has this light that is emanating from her, in that kind of cold aura she has. It begins to dull, like almost by like 50%.
Nice. And I'm just gonna use whatever movement I have left, which I think it's like 10 feet. To
And
just
with,
like
and with that,
step like back here.
with that, you see as she grows weaker, the mist's intensity grows weaker, and you see that hidden in the mist, invisible to the eye, are these platforms made of like Oreo cookie, like that Oreo cookie material, that begin to solidify and show. Anything else?
Go. That's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna stay up here for now.
He's like, I'm gonna just hide my ass back here. All right. Vargas.
Am I dead?
You find yourself falling into the utter abyss. What are you thinking about? As around you is utter silence, and you watch as the light above you, what little light that there was on that surface, begins to like dull behind you, as if going further and further down a tunnel. The light behind you growing weaker and weaker. Below you, in front of you, all around you is nothing but the blackest of inky blackness. What's going through your head right now?
I'm just thinking about my life decisions as I'm currently plummeting. I was thinking, hey, maybe this wasn't the best idea, you know? I kind of was wondering what that platform was, but also I'm thinking about Queen Caramelinda, and I'm thinking about Candia, and then I'm thinking about falling again, and then I remember that I'm afraid of the dark, so I'm starting to panic a little bit. But I just close my eyes and like pretend I'm like Superman, just kind of spread out my arms, and I'm like, hey, this isn't that bad, just kind of falling, and I kind of go on my back, and I'm like looking up and watching the light disappear, and I'm just just kind of chilling right now. I don't know when I'm gonna die, if I'm gonna die. I'm just like, either this is gonna hurt or I'm gonna keep falling. So I'm just kind of chilling right now.
Okay. Now it is the Sugar Plum Fairy's turn.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, no, that's where I just left you at. Yeah, we're doing that.
Okay. Yeah.
Ow. She is going to. Ooh, what is she gonna do?
My request, my goddess. My knees are weak.
She moves to you. She's going to attempt to grapple you. Do you resist?
No.
So I just wanted to say, your knees are weak, your arms are heavy,
Mom
just
spaghetti.
vomiting, mom spaghetti.
Oh, she
I'm
could do that.
nervous.
She could do that in one movement.
What is it?
And with that, she looks to you with very warm eyes, um, gives you a nice big smile, and as if as if being at some sort of church during a baptism ceremony, she lays you into the mist. And despite her incredibly grotesque form, she's incredibly gentle. Like the way she lays you within the mist, and it begins to envelop you like a warm, matterless, uh, weightless blanket. She lays you beneath the fog, and you guys all watch as the two of them begin to just descend into the blackness, as if like an elevator going down.
Mm. Shara's action. Sully, quick question. DM,
Yes.
quick question. How far do you think I can get
In what
before
way? Like
I
before,
disappear?
before you're like unable to act anymore?
Yes.
It's kind of difficult to gauge. You guys ask like the weirdest questions. I want you to know that. You guys are always like, "Does this gonna melt my weapon?" It's like I can't tell you that until you see if it can melt your weapon. Oh, okay. It's like
Ew. I hate this. That's the worst.
all right. It's gonna be a little bad right now. The internet cut out, so I gotta use my phone.
No worries, man.
I can use my phone
It
right
happens.
now. Yeah. So there's.
We're about to start doing it.
You were starting to do a Q&A.
No, I'm kidding.
Um, there's really no way to gauge how deep you can go until you become, you know, actionless, without limit testing, to be honest. But there's that risk.
I don't need my mouth.
What?
I said I only need my mouth to cast a spell.
Yeah, that too.
What is that echo? You put into it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm using my phone right now while the Wi-Fi restarts.
okay.
So like, it's not great.
Hey, whatever we can make it work.
Yeah. Sorry, audience, guys. We're working on the fix right now. Don't worry. Bear with us. Thank you for being around. Thank you for sticking with us. In the meantime, let's see how our heroes decide they're gonna get out of this.
Action trigger dimension door.
Heard. Yeah, you can just dimension door if that's what you want to do. She just started going down with you, so if you want to do it right at the gate, you totally can.
Oh, she just. No.
Well,
I'm gonna make her start going down first.
yeah, it's only been like 3 seconds, so.
Okay.
We may want to give it a minute if not.
All right. They're having difficulties hearing us right now, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn to a little bit of a audience interaction here while the Wi-Fi restarts. I've got the stream up on my phone, so let's do some. Let's take a little bit of a like a 5 real quick. Cause
What's
it's,
your favorite character, chat?
yeah, let's do that.
It's the most important thing to know.
fucked again. Great. Fucking great.
Wasn't me.
It picks it up from the Discord app. Just not from the website. Oh, it's your phone. I was like, why is it getting this sudden this?
Sorry, I'm watching TikToks. I want a smoothie.
pick up broadcasting sound, which sucked. Oh, I am broadcasting sound. Okay.
How come this keeps happening?
Because my computer's ass, and then it doesn't help if the internet keeps shutting off. It's like pulling out a plug on something.
We're gonna have to get you a new computer.
It's very bad for the hardware.
Roll 20. I don't know if I can hear her.
I can hear you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Alright, I'm disconnected.
And God's also making some noise.
You guys can hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool.
Usually everyone goes, God!
Alright. Who we waiting on then? Who we waiting on?
We lost it again.
No. Oh. Well, let's get out of that. What happened? What happened? Do do do. Now we wait for these fools, right? Yep. Let's get it.
Okay, I'm going to kiss you one more time because we have time.
All on cam. Hey.
What?
So we got it all on can.
What's that mean?
The mic's loud. It's live.
Gross.
Let's go, fools. I'll exit the game and rejoin, see if that helps. Let's get it. Jesus. What's happening upstairs? Death. Death is happening upstairs. Where everybody at? We in here?
recording. Okay, still not working.
Just can't hear anybody. Oy vey. I don't even know how you spell it.
Isn't that French?
Oy vey.
Is Oy vey French?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I think it might be Italian.
What? I don't think so. I think you're stupid. Italian.
Oy? Oy vey? The French don't say oy.
Maybe it's like Russian or something.
Oy vey is Yiddish, first off.
Me saying Russian was closer than your Italy.
It's Jewish. It's Yiddish. It is not Jewish. It's Yiddish.
They can hear us, but we can't hear
Yeah, we just can't hear them.
So you can't hear me.
Oh, it's Hebrew. So
Jewish. Oh, he was right.
So he's right in the sense of like, so it's an oy vey is a Yiddish word, is a Yiddish phrase expressing dismay or exasperation. It's the Hebrew equivalent of oy vavoy.
I've heard oy vavoy.
Oy vavoy. I have heard that before.
Where have we heard that?
Probably from a Jewish person. Like, it would only make sense, you know?
I don't know that many Jews.
Oh, Yiddish is the Hebrew language. Okay, I didn't know that.
That's what I said.
No, I thought Hebrew was the Hebrew, was like the Jewish language. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
Cause like, or are those like not synonyms, but you know what I mean? Like,
Nope, no idea what you mean.
in the sense that they're like the same, kind of like saying how it's kind of implied that if you're Jewish, you know Hebrew.
What? Why is that applied? Not all Spanish people know Spanish.
Wait, you said not all Spanish people know Spanish?
Correct.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
I'm pretty positive.
I know plenty of Spanish like descent, like people who just have like Spanish families that are Spanish.
That's not okay.
But they don't speak Spanish.
Okay, so Spanish implies that you're from Spain. First off, it means that you're from Spain.
Okay.
If you're from America, you're not Spanish. You're Spanish American, which doesn't mean that you're Spanish. It means that you're American. So chances are, yeah, you don't know Spanish because that's not your primary. They wouldn't have taught you Spanish in America. If you're from Spain, that's the first language.
Jaylin has a whole Spanish-speaking grandma, and she don't speak Spanish.
Right, but where's Jaylin from?
Puerto Rico.
She was born and raised there?
I think she was born in the Dominican Republic and then grew up in Puerto Rico. She used to be one of my better friends, but she didn't speak Spanish. Everyone always clowned her for it. They called her a bad Mexican.
That's racist.
Correct. Well, hey, I didn't say it. How do you not remember the song? R to the W-E-E-C-E-S. Okay, maybe I don't even know how to spell it. Never mind. What is this meme?
I'm just getting no sound. Oh, Hebrew is the group. Isn't Hebrew a language as well, though?
I don't know. Don't ask me these things.
Okay. Or it refers to the race. Very well. Okay. They're not muted.
You are just dumb, in case you're wondering.
It's very possible.
I don't even know what we're talking about at this point. I just like to call you dumb. But you're my dummy, so whatever.
Oh, I heard that.
Hello?
Wait, I hear you. What the hell? What is happening?
They can't hear us, can they?
Can you?
We can hear you.
You can hear me right now?
Fuck.
Wait, what? What did I miss?
I don't think he can hear. I think he's hearing like partial snippets.
No, the fuck I'm not.
So why are you laughing?
So you can hear me, right?
Is it just like super delayed?
Maybe. It's very possible that they can only hear us through like I don't know. The stream maybe? Discord is so bad right now. The answer is Discord. It has to be. It has to be. Yo, I'm about to start a Facebook call. Legit. I'm about to start a Facebook call. There's like 40 chats! Yes. Yes, I can't hear you guys.
Wasn't that like a double entendre? Yes, I can't hear you.
Yes. It should be like yes, comma, I can't hear you.
Ha. Stupid.
Wait, R-E-E-C-E-S. Isn't it R-E-E-C-E-S-S?
Hold on.
Or is it just one E?
Reese's Cups. Oh my god, we were all fucking off, bro. Look at that.
R-E... It's not Reese's. It's not recess. It's Reese's.
So it's R-E-E-S-E-S.
So it has to be R-E-E-S-E-S.
Wow. We all deserve a fucking neck for that one. That's awful. I'll never forget that again.
Why am I getting R-E-E-S-E-S-S-E-S?
I thought there was a C.
That's recess.
What's that?
That's so recess.
Hi, Romeo. I don't know. It's not working. Like, we can't hear you guys
dead.
at all.
I'm dead. That's funny.